Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the next 20 years. Yes, believe it or not, we're doing a 20-year reading. It's really because we have Pluto going into Aquarius this year in March, and we're dealing with the energy. I mean, might as well say starting now. And the whole point of these readings is not to predict out 20 years. The whole point is to do a kind of like an energy overview of the energy that you could be dealing with for the next 20 years starting now. And the whole point is because, as I always say, tarot, astrology, it's not a prison sentence. I believe that we're meant to work with the energy. So while it might take 20 years for most people to work with the energy, if you are smart and you watch Minnow Tarot, then guess what? You can start working with the energy right now. So then you don't have to wait 20 years. And for all you people that are going to say, I'm 80 years old, I'm not going to make it 20 years. Well, it's like, well, you still have a little bit of time left, so you might as well work with the energy now so you can get some benefits, right? But let's see, Leo, what is going on for you with the energy at this time. You have this crow spirit. It says co-create with the spirit. I mean, literally, the number one word with Pluto and Aquarius is co-creation. So anything you can do to work together with other people or to co-create with spirit. Again, when we, create something beautiful and put it out into the world, a piece of art or a YouTube video or something that helps or inspires other people, then we're co-creating with spirit. We're co-creating with people as well. And again, those things I truly, truly believe are going to be the things that benefit us the most, basically. So don't be afraid to do it. You have this Fool card, Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. Definitely some sort of a lot of new beginnings coming in for you, which is, doesn't really surprise me. Pluto is a generational planet, and it also doesn't surprise me that Pluto is going out. Literally, Capricorn, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be. And now it's moving away from Earth, right? It's a very slow journey. It's going to take a very long time. But what I would say is that for a lot of you, I feel like this is kind of like some sort of new journey that you're going on and a new path. You literally have this card in your third row that says right path on it. So I feel like you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. I also feel like you're a little bit over prepared for something. Sometimes I feel like he's over prepared. He just has that little sack on his back. He has everything he needs right here between his two ears, right? And so I feel like you have everything you need to be successful. People are clearly going to be very helpful to you here, just like in your spiritual growth, personal growth, business, love life, everything. So anything you can do to build positive relationships, I do feel is going to be very beneficial for you here. You also have the Hierophant. And I'm a big fan of learning during Pluto and Aquarius and education. We have too much even just, I just think of the next many years, 10 years, half of it. There's too much just blindly following and falling into things. I'm not a big fan of Neptune and Pisces. Most of you probably have heard me say this before that, literally, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I predicted the pandemic in 2016 because I said that Neptune and Pisces is going to bring something about that could be involve drugs, poison, or some sort of disease. So to me, there's a lot of deception with Neptune and Pisces. So we need to do our own research and we need to kind of learn as much as we possibly can about anything that we're getting involved in. It's I think the people who do the research on everything are going to be successful. Obviously, if you don't, then you're going to get spanked. So unless you like getting spanked by the universe, then I would say that's a big ass hand, right? And I would just be careful. I would do your research. With the Fool, you have the Judgment card here. Everybody's had the Judgment card. Not everybody, but a lot. Again, you could be waking up to new opportunities. It is a big new opportunity, a lot of innovation, a lot of new opportunities in technology, in the world in general. And, these people on the Judgment card are normally standing in their coffins, and it kind of represents the coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. So you have a choice. You can kind of stay in the coffin, or you can experience a transformation. And I would choose the transformation, right? It's our only choice. With the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, needing to look at things differently. It's I think that there will be just a lot of people who just don't want to embrace the newness, which is fine. Again, I'm not here to judge people. Like I said, we're all here for different reasons. We're doing different things, but I do feel we'll see a lot of people who are kind of angry with the changes. And I'm not saying that you won't be angry with certain changes that are happening in the world, but the Two of Swords kind of says what can you do about it? It says, what will you do about it? It's maybe you see something happening in your work or business, or you see the writing on the wall in a relationship or whatever. It's are you going to do something about it, or are you going to sit in the same spot and just let things be? It's the choice is yours. With the Hierophant, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. We are definitely entering into a time of experimentation. I say this all the time, that if you are not experimenting, you're crazy. I would be trying new things all the time right now, and I do. Just look at my freaking channel, right? It's like I literally do the things that I talk about, and it's, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but it's worked pretty well for me. So I would be experimenting, trying new things. I've had a lot of failures and all that, but, eventually it's like all your successes start to catch up, and I think that's what's happening here. Next, you have this pregnancy wealth card. For some of you, I literally feel you could be getting pregnant, or you could have gotten someone pregnant, and this could be the thing that increases your wealth. I don't remember who it is, but I think there's like a book or something, one of those like success books that talks about how when men get their wives pregnant, that's the thing that motivates them to success. And obviously, again, it could just be you that's getting pregnant, and it could be the thing that's motivating you for success. But I'm quoting the book here, whatever book it is. I don't even remember. It might be Think and Grow Rich or whatever, but what I would say here is I do literally feel that if you're getting pregnant or have someone pregnant, that could be the thing that motivates you, especially if it happens over at the beginning of Pluto and Aquarius here. The other thing that I would say is that some of you could just be a new idea, because you have the Page of Swords, which, by the way, is my card of the child. So you could be having a child. You have the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Justice card. What I would say is you could be birthing something new that you have to put a lot of work into with the Eight of Pentacles. So it could be like a new path, a new business, a new relationship. But I love the Eight of Pentacles because, to me, it represents material success on the horizon. It basically just says the work that you're doing is good work, plain and simple. It's going to lead to success. You also have the Knight of Pentacles and the Justice card. Pretty much everyone has had something like this, and basically what this means to me is that we're all looking at things we want to start right now, new things. Justice, but Knight of Pentacles, not getting started, being too cautious, not moving forward, overthinking things. Justice just says if you can't start, put a little energy in, see if you get energy back. If you do, keep moving forward. If you don't, stop and think up a new way of doing things, right? So we really have to kind of like come up with new ways of doing things, or we just have to trust feedback with the Justice card, and that's what I feel like this is saying in all areas of your life. And clearly, this is going to lead to success. Whatever change you're thinking about making is going to be successful. Whatever you're hesitating on here, Leo, I feel it's going to lead to a lot of success. You have this Page of Swords as well. Again, the card of children. Some of you could be dealing with children, or you could have children. Some of you could be thinking about your children, but I also feel that this could be, it's like you could be just needing to investigate things. This is my card. He kind of reminds me of like investigative energy, like needing to look into things, needing to really examine things and learn about things and do your research. So again, I think it's a time where pretty much everyone should be doing their research on something. With the Page of Swords, you have the Empress, yes, because it could probably lead to a lot of abundance. This could be a new opportunity going straight across here to the Ace of Pentacles. If you have any new opportunities that you're waking up to, clearly they could be very abundant. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So I do feel that there could be a wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you here. It's also a card of bathing in the energy. I always talk about this, how with the Nine of Pentacles, I really believe we have to kind of bathe in the energy of something that we want, and if we do that, we will be successful. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Justice card, you have the Tower. You have the Tower and the Judgment card, which is, to me, the most powerful combination in the tarot. To me, it represents like a major revelation, a major wake-up call. It doesn't even have to be a bad thing, but I do also feel it's encouraging you to get moving. It's like sometimes I think we can avoid a tower by putting in the work. It's like if you want to take your business in a new direction, there might be a reason for it. It might be like intuitive. Maybe intuitively there's going to be a change coming. And if you don't make the change, you're going to have a tower moment. If you do make the change, obviously you're going to be successful. Look, we go this way to the Ace of Pentacles. This way is bad, going to the Ten of Swords. So I would choose the new direction. I would also choose like anything new that you could be working on or that you want to work on. You have this next card that says, be careful who and what you surround yourself with. You also have this right path card. It says, you're on the right path. Keep moving forward. Clearly, you're on the right path. I would trust your intuition here. I'm pretty sure in a recent reading, I said, be careful of the people around you or something similar, right? It might have been the mid-January reading. I'm not sure which one it was, but again, number one, there's clearly success here, so there could be people who want to take advantage of your success. I feel like you need to make sure that you're kind of surrounding yourself with people who are on the same level as you. It's like, especially if you have a business, it's like there might be people you want to lift up, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's not what I'm suggesting, but you know, what I would say is sometimes that there are people who are, stuck in their ways. Maybe they're at the level that they're at for a certain reason. And again, not a judgment here. I'm not making a statement on judging the person, right? We're all here for different reasons, like I said. But it's like sometimes people I think are stuck in life at a certain level for certain reasons because they're not willing to level up, because they're not willing to make a change. There's something here about needing to realize that like you can't save everyone, right? And that's kind of like what I'm trying to say here. Plus, what I would say with Pluto and Aquarius, the best possible thing you can do is be an inspiration. So if there are people that you want to lift up, how can you inspire them to do that? But again, don't sacrifice yourself. This to me is kind of like saying there could be some people who maybe will come in and take advantage of your kindness or whatever, and I would just be careful of that. And I would also say that you're clearly on the right path in work or business. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Four of Pentacles, as always with you, Leo, is about holding on too tightly to a comfort zone. So it is clearly, please, just let go of a comfort zone. I've been saying this for like the last 10 years. Please don't make me say it for the next 20 years. I would leave a comfort zone, do something different, right? He's holding on too tightly to the past, and he's also holding on too tightly to something that is only Four Pentacles. It's like by holding on to the Four Pentacles, maybe he can't get to the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like this is talking about kind of releasing the old ways, right? Focusing on the new. Some sort of sacrifice needs to be made here with the Ace of Swords. I'll show you over here that this right here is a palm frond, and palm fronds in the tarot can represent making a sacrifice. There's an olive branch over here which can represent an offer of peace, but it can also represent like abundance, needing to make some sort of change. So there could be like a sacrifice that needs to be made in your life. Again, the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. It's sharp on both sides of the sword. So there might be something that you have to cut out, but it's going to lead to something new that is going to lead to success. I feel like you're doing this right now as well. You have the Eight of Cups here, which is walking away from things that no longer serve you. We're in between eclipse seasons right now. We have the next set of eclipses in April, and so there could be some sort of change between now and April, or it could happen after April as well, where you're like releasing something or, letting go of something. It does feel like work or business to me. So again, if you're retired, it could be maybe the way that you make money. Maybe you collect whatever it's called there, Social Security or something, something like that, right? If you're retired, and there could be something new coming about, or you could start a side hustle or a side gig, or you could do something that improves your finances. I get that for a lot of you. But again, for those of you in work, business, or career, there's clearly a change coming. I'm going to pull this card out because it was flipped around in the deck, which is weird, but you have the Queen of Cups, which we're going to put it to the side, but I would listen to your heart as well. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands. Yes, you need to expand. Again, if you're holding on too tightly, it's like you can't expand. And I was literally trying to say that with the Four of Pentacles. So any expansion would be a good idea. I would also say, what are you waiting for? Like, do not wait to make a change right now. There's a lot of writing on the wall. I don't want to, here's the thing. It's like, I've just even seen on YouTube, right? They're passing all these new ridiculous rules and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful to have this platform. But at the same time, I see the writing on the wall, right? I've seen this happen before where it's like all of a sudden, they start like they're retroactively punishing YouTubers basically for things that when they create a new rule and all this other stuff. Clearly, they're trying to, mess with monetization, because trust me, when they ban you, they still monetize your videos, right? They don't care. So what I would say here is that, I see the writing on the wall. I've been diversifying for a couple of years now because I saw the writing on the wall sooner, but I'm getting more aggressive because, it's like you never know. Something could happen. They could make a decision, right? So I kind of feel that in your life where maybe you see the writing on the wall in some area of your life, and this is saying like, do not wait. Put in the work now so you don't screw yourself later, right? With the Ace of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. And here's the other thing. Nothing might change, right? Maybe nothing happens because of this, or maybe things improve, actually. But again, I'm not going to get caught with my pants down here, and neither should you, Leo. You have the King of Pentacles, a card of convention, the card of doing things the same way over and over again. Could also be a Taurus coming in for you as well. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Devil. Devil is in the details for sure. I said that to another sign, I don't remember who, but I really feel that I don't know, I keep getting something about needing to really look into the details, especially if you're like investing your money, if you're starting a new business, if you're hiring people, if you're getting into a new relationship. I would be very detail-oriented if I were you, and if you're not detail-oriented, then you need to find someone who is. It's like, I'm not very detail-oriented, so I have other people that do stuff for me that is detail-oriented, right? And I have people who can explain it to me, too. So, I would just pay attention to that with that card. Next, you have this air card. It says, seek a union of mind and spirit. Yeah, I think you need to create more peace in your life. You have the Four of Swords. And again, we're talking about right now and over the next 20 years. Anything you can do to bring, that can bring more peace of mind, I think that'll just clear up brain space. It'll clear up yourself mentally, and it'll probably make things a little bit easier in your life. So those are the things that I would be focusing on if I were you here, Leo, is kind of like making, clearing out brain space, not focusing on things that overwhelm you, in kind of like creating those things. I don't know what else to say there. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Like I said, I do feel you're making a sacrifice here with the Ten of Swords. I don't even think you feel very bad about it. If you're letting something go, if you're making a change, he's making a symbol right here with his hands, and it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making. It represents a blessing. And so I feel like there could be a blessing coming in for you after a difficult ending, or maybe this is something that you see coming, like me with YouTube. It's like, I'm not waiting around. Whether it's like I'm going to be on YouTube for as long as I possibly can, but I'm also going to diversify because I don't want to screw myself, right? So what I would say here is, it's like, I think you have that mindset where you're saying, I'm gonna get the most out of this that I possibly can, but I'm also not waiting. And that's the best way I could describe the energy. And this could be in any area of your life, right? You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is another card of blessings. There's a person right here who is receiving a blessing from another person in this window. So you could be hoping and praying for blessings. And here you go. Here's your blessing right here. The Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is just a new opportunity. You have to take advantage of this. I always say there's a garden right here, and it kind of represents something that needs to be taken care of, something that needs to be grown. Obviously, a garden needs to be watered, fertilized, needs sunlight, needs to be taken care of, weeded. You need to get rid of the pests and all that other stuff, right? And so I would encourage you to live that way, treating the things that matter to you in life as a garden. How can you nurture it and grow it and give it fertilizer and all this other stuff? And you're going to have to put your thinking cap on to figure that out. But, I think it'll be good for you. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Perfect match. Again, if you're looking for love, there's clearly someone who wants something long-term coming in for you. This person is very different as well. Very much a truth teller as well. They might even tell you truths that piss you off. But again, I think that's how, you should know that it's the right person, because they trigger you in a good way. So, I don't know. That's popping into my head. With the Four of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, you need to let go of a comfort zone. Don't make me say this for the next 20 years. My throat hurts, right, from saying it, Leo. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're really setting yourself free from something that is probably a prison anyway. Again, I kind of see that over the next 20 years or so, that we actually could be gaining a lot more freedom, even though I think there will be moments that make it seem like not, right? But again, I would focus on the things that make you feel more free, right? We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this indecision card. I feel like you're being guided away from indecision. You can see that there's this angel over here. So it's almost like the universe is guiding you or directing you away from some sort of indecisive energy. And I do feel like this is a good thing, clearly. You have the Lost card here. Pluto, by the way, this is Saturn and Pisces. We have Saturn going into Pisces this year. Like I said, there's clearly some sort of loss that is on your mind. We talked about this. This crow is picking over the skeleton, but there's nothing left. Remember what I said? It's like you're trying to get everything you can out of something, which I don't really, see that as a bad thing necessarily, but I also feel it's time for action. It's time to, start working in a new direction. You have the speculation card. This has come up for a lot of people. Again, I would say no speculating, especially the first half, right? The first half, the next 10 years or so. We have too much energy, I think, that is like, like coming up with some idea about like some investment or something and thinking it's going to make you a billionaire, and it doesn't. So do your research. But I do also feel that there will be a lot of success if you do speculate, but do your research at the same time. So do your research. Next, you have this Choices card. You have the Justice card as well. This is a card of like cause and effect. So I would pay attention to cause and effect. I would make sure that you are investing in the things that invest back into you. Make sure you're entering into relationships, business relationships, friendships. Make sure that they fulfill you and provide for you. Don't just blindly step into something that doesn't provide anything, right? I also feel like I would pick the new choice here. Any new paths that you could step into are going to be successful for you. Finally, you have this egotism card. I would be careful of people who have an ego. I would also, kind of like what I'm getting here is, like I was saying earlier in the reading, I would make sure that the people who are coming towards you, I would make sure that they're on the same level, as you. And again, it's not about being like selfish or greedy or anything like that. It's just about realizing that some people are at their certain level, and again, not a judgment, right? Some people are just at a certain level just because, right? And that's all you need to know. So, that's what I'll say there. I'm gonna put one more. You have this resistance card. Everybody's had this card, so I feel that a lot of us, we could be being triggered. Our resistance to things could be being triggered. One of my favorite books, I talk about it all the time, The War of Art. He talks all about resistance and how we need to face resistance, because when we experience resistance, that's when we're closest to our goal. That's when we're closest to being successful. But a pretty good reading. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your next 20 years.